Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Raja Madhava Raja Madhava Shri Radhe.
Jaya Raja Madhava Raja Madhava Shri Radhe.
Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva.
Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya
Srila Madhava ki, Panchatattva ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shloka Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udivayet Yaska Presham Avadreshu Nikam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamashloke Bhakti Istiti. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, part 2. text number 41. If you want, you can repeat after me. Nakita niyo. What about you? Okay, cool. Sri Shuka Uvacha Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam Tri Parikramya Padayo Natbhavistam Jagat Ratta Swa Dhamma Pratyapadyata Sisuka Uvacha Iti Abhisyuta Bhumanam Trihi Parikramya Padayo Natbhavistam Jagadgata Swadhamma Pratyapadyata Sisuka Uvacha Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam Trihi Parikramya Padayo Natbhavistam Jagadgata Swadhamma Pratyapadyata Sisuka Uvacha Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam Trihi Parikramya Padayo Natbhavistam Jagadgata Swadhamma Pratyapadyata
Sri Shuka Vacha
Sisuka Uvacha
Diya Visya Bhumanam
Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam
Viparikramya Padayo
Trihi Parikramya Padayo
Natyavistam Jagadgata
Natbhavistam Jagadgata
Swadhamma Pratyapadyate
Swadaya Natyapadyate
Sri Shuka Vacha
Sri Shuka Vacha
Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam
Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam
Trihi Parikramya Padayo
Viparikramya Padayo
Natbhavistam Jagadgata
Natbhavistam Jagadgata
Swadhamma Pratyapadyata
Swadhamma Pratyapadyata
Sisuka Uvacha
Sisuka Uvacha
Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam
Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam
Viparikramya Padayo
Tri Parikramya Padayo
Natvavistam Jagadata
Natbhavistam Jagadgata
Swadhamma Pratyapadyata
Swadhamma Pratyapadyata Sisuka Uvacha Iti Abhistuya Bhumanam Tri Parikramya Padayo Natbhavistam Jagadgata Swadhamma Pratyapadyata Sisuka Vacha
Shuka Vacha
Sukadeva Goswami said
Sri Sukadeva Goswami said
Iti
thus
Abhistuya
Abhistuya
offering praise
offering praise
Bhumanam to the unlimited Supreme Lord
the unlimited Supreme Lord
three times Parikramya
Parikramya
circumambulating
circumambulating
Padayo
Padayo
at his feet
at his feet
Natva
Natva
bowing down
bowing down
Abhishtam
Abhishtam
desired
desire
Jagat
Jagat
of the universe Datta the creator
the Creator
Swadhamma
Swadhamma
to his personal abode
To
his
his
personal
personal
road
Pratyapadyata
Pratyapadyata
return.
return.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Sukadeva Goswami said, having thus offered his prayers, Brahma circumambulated his worshipable Lord, the unlimited personality of Godhead, 3 times and then bowed down at his lotus feet. The appointed creator of the universe then returned to his own residence. You can repeat, please.
Sukadev Goswami said, having thus offered his prayer, Brahma circumambulated his worshipable Lord, the limited personality of Godhead, 3 times and then bowed down at his lotus feet. The appointed creator of the universe then returned to his own residence.
Perfect. Although Lord Brahma had prayed to take birth as a blade of grass in Vrindavan, or even in the area surrounding Vrindavan, Lord Krishna, by his silent response to Brahma's prayers, indicated that Brahma should return to his own abode. First, Brahma had to complete personal devotional service of universal creation. Then he could come to Vrindavan and get the mercy of the inhabitants there. In other words, a devotee should always be attentive to executing his personal devotional service properly. This is more important than trying to live in the Lord's abode. Om Ajnana Pinarindasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Amritam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Nena Rupane Sriyam Rupa Kadamayam Virakiswa Padantikam Panchakalpataruvaksa Vivasavidevita Patitaram Pavanebhyo Vaisnavya Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Can you bless me so I can speak something that can please our Lord and purify all of us?
Jai Krishna.
Thank you. So this text Sukadeva Goswami said that Lord Brahma has finished his prayers to Lord Krishna, the unlimited personality of Godhead. Then he circumambulated him 3 times and bowed down at his lotus feet. Then Chaturmukha, or the 4-faced Lord Brahma, the appointed creator of the universe, then returned to his own residence. But Lord Brahma, at all times he was always connected to Krishna. So after finishing up, wrapping up his prayers, long prayers, he then decided to return to Brahmaloka. But that was only because it was indicated by Krishna that he should return home. Because he has an important job to do. And he may, by Krishna's mercy, come to Vrindavan when he is finished with his job. Incredible how humble he is. He just wants to be born as a grass, a blade of grass, not even inside Vrindavan, just the outside perimeter, the surrounding area of Vrindavan. It's very nice in Vrindavan. When I was there from last year, excuse me, June, each Sunday, me and my good friend, classmate, Pawan Yadav, he's a Yadav, he taught me the proper way of spending the Sunday in Vrindavan is to go on a parikrama. So we would go after Lord Nrsingadev's worship, before we go for the puja or Madhatusi, we would leave. And then it will take us about 2.5 hours. We would go around Vrindavan, they call it Vrindavan Parikrama. Barefoot, of course, is recommended. No matter what the weather is, whether it's hot or drizzling. And then when we return after circumambulation of more than 5,000 temples, it's one of the things amazing in Vrindavan. One time, one of the sages explained that one of the richest person in Vrindavan is the street sweeper. So, the audience asks, why is the street sweeper considered the richest person in Vrindavan? Because he is always covered with Vrindavan dust. And this Vrindavan dust is highly sought after in all the Vedas. Whereas people who are sweeping is covered by them every day. You know, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we practice ahimsa, even with the lots of things done. One of the devotees from Braj, he told me that if you are going to India, you should go to Mayapur first and seek the blessing of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And from there are many surrounding areas like Ekachakra, the birthplace of Lord Nityananda, and so many places where you can visit. And then after that, then you may proceed to Vrindavan. He said that in Mayapur, since it is the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the place is he does not take offenses. Unlike if you are in Vrindavan and if you commit offenses, then you would suffer the consequences. So you have to be a little bit more prim and prime with your sadhana before you go to Vrindavan. And someday I hope that all of you will make plans and execute that plan. You know, you will get to see what we now just get to read on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and all the other books of Srila Prabhupada. You will get to experience being there firsthand, to walk where all our acharyas have been, to bathe in the Ganga, in the Yamuna. Yamuna is in Vrindavan. So every time we go for a parikrama, we would not exactly take a bath, but consider taking a bath when you dip your finger and you abhishek yourself. Or you can abhishek others and they will abhishek you. He said that if you take a bath in the Ganga, your sins are forgiven. But if you take a bath in Yamuna, even your good points are taken away. Even your good karma are taken away. So some people are reluctant. Wait a minute. I still want to experience my good karmas. But you see, good karma, that means you still have to get more lifetimes. You have to come back to get the good karma. The idea is to negate good or bad. This way, you don't have to come back. No more material body for you. And it's especially very nice in Vrindavan during Kartik season. When you are inside the temple, we are very lucky here. We get to sing, we get to dance freely. There, you will not even get a chance to come close to the altar. You will probably, if you come late, you just stay outside the temple. You cannot go inside. It's too many people. You cannot offer dandavats. So when we are offering dandavats here, please feel free and, do the real danda. Because the idea of danda is we are crushing our false ego as we offer our dandavats. This is the mood of Vrindavan. Our Acharya, Jagannath Maharaj, he offers dandavats 1,000 times to the deities and 2,000 times to the devotees. Can we do that? Half of that. These are our acharyas. We are trying to follow in their footsteps. So, maybe every time I step out and come back in, I would offer my dhamma. Maybe just trying to put in my mind that I am trying to crush my false ego and I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of the acharyas. And this is a perfect opportunity to offer your highest, our highest, to the lowest of the Lord. Our highest is the end, and the lowest of the Lord is His lotus feet. That's where we belong, just as we always reside in Shri Siksasta, as an atom at your lotus feet. An atom is the smallest particle. So we're trying to be just an atom in the lotus feet of the Lord. If He would accept us, that would be outstanding for us. So we're trying to be Chinadapi Sunesana. I don't know if he said. To be more humble than the blade of grass, be more tolerant than the tree. The grass, when you step on them, they don't complain. They don't curse you. They don't fight back. They would again offer themselves to be stepped on. They would just step on him again. They would do the same. So the humbleness we are trying to follow. Be more tolerant than a tree. A tree gives us a shade during summer, and winter they give us warmth in the form of firewoods. And then sometimes they get cut. We chop them. Still, they provide shades, they provide firewood, and some provide fruits and flowers. And the message here is to always be more tolerant. Kesava Maharaj said in one of his lectures that if you want to elevate, you have to tolerate. The more you tolerate, the more you elevate. It rhymes. elevate. Because if you are take offense and immediately act, it is actually you who are losing. If you are not tolerant, then it's like your practice of Krishna consciousness is not moving forward. Like the vector of instruction says, Vacha Vega Manaso Kroda Vega, Jiva Vega, Udara Vega, Vitam Vega Yadi Sahita Vega, Sarvam Apimam Pitalim Sasisya. Anyone, all of us, we are advised to control the urges, urge to speak, demands of the mind, the actions in anger is really advisable. When you are angry, your intelligence is off. Every time you get that feeling of anger, your intelligence turns off. And when there's anger, there is danger. You just add letter D, and it's danger. So, yeah. And the final instruction of Vajradhara is to control the urges of the tongue, the belly, and the genitals. If you can do all this, then you can have disciples. One who can do this is entitled to have disciples all over the world. It's very tough. It's easier to preach about it than to actually be carrying it out. But it helps to remind us, to remind our loved ones, our brothers and sisters. Because this is Krishna consciousness. This is the only way by which you can purify your thoughts, your words, and deeds. How else can you love God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul? As we're instructed even by Joshua, Jesus, when he was asked by the Pharisees, the highest commandment is to love your God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. And you cannot do that if you are contaminated. You have to be purified. And the best way to purify yourself is by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, in Vrindavan, you will see people whenever, especially during Manga, people are, whenever they are singing, doing like the Panchatattvas, they are really surrendering. If you are there and you're not doing this, you will feel like, what's wrong with me? Everybody's surrendering. I should also do like this. So, and it's a good hobby. Even as a practicing Catholic before, when we are reciting the prayer of Our Father, we would do like this as a sign of surrender, giving yourself. The best use of your independence is to be dependent on the Lord. If you use your freedom and go for nonsense or sense enjoyment, you will definitely get more entangled and more contaminated. So one of the sannyasis who gave a lecture in Vrindavan, in Krishna Balaram Mandir, says that the best way to use your independence is to be dependent on the Lord. You surrender. That's why in the Gita, 1866 says, Aham. Sutta. Excellent memories. Yes. But it's not like a surrender to the enemy. No, we are not surrendering to the enemy. We are like the natural flow of children obeying their parents, knowing that the parents would not do them any negativity, but to lead them to the right path. So this is surrender, not surrendering to someone who you are up against, but to surrender in a way like children are surrendered to their parents. Like one time Srila Prabhupada saw a child, he was being chased by a dog, and the child ran to his daddy, and as soon as the child got the hand of his dad and the dog was still chasing him, he had the courage to kick the dog. He kicked the dog. Somehow he got the courage to fight back, and the dog ran away. So we are like this child. We are trying to grab the lotus feet of the Lord, so that Maya will stop chasing us. We will be able to stand up and say, Maya, brain, I have to chant. I have to read Prabhupada's books. I have to follow regulative principles. I have to progress in my spiritual life. This is the perfection of life. Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, life is miserable. Even for those who are kings and queens. There's always three kinds of concerns. Adi-atmic, adi-yogic, and adi-yogic. History is caused by your own body and mind. History is caused by other living entities. And misery is caused by supernatural events. And right now we are having supernatural events. We have a typhoon. And because of that, our mind is telling us, I want to sleep some more. I want to eat more. So, yeah. But by being Krishna conscious, we will be able to resist and do what is necessary. Always try and do favorable things for the Lord. Since we are all aware, which is devotional service and service that has benefit for us and our family, and we can know that nonsense activities, they may sometimes feel good, but they are not worth it. They're just cumbersome, troublesome. It will only cause you more entanglement. So, as much as possible, everything that we do has to be dovetailed to Krishna. That gives Brahma Arpana. Krishna says, do that as an offering to me. 9.27. Yat karosi, yat asnasi, yat shtuhasi dalasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva mad arpana. Wherever we do that as an offering to Krishna. Okay, we got 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Anybody got anything to add or question or correction? Please speak now or forever remain silent. Any addition? Any sharing? All customers satisfied? Good.
Does Krishna communicate with you in dreams?
some people, yes. Sometimes he acts through many agents, through other devotees. Unlike before, that he communicates directly to his devotees, but now he left us Srimad Bhagavatam. This is not different from Krishna. He left, but at the same time he's here, and here, and in every atom. So he's right there. But whether we perceive it or not, Krishna is with us. Whether we perceive that he is the one in charge of everything or not, he is the boss of all the boss. He is the capo de capo. So, and in due time, although we may not always personally see him face to face, but you can perceive that his hands is in everything, and he is in charge. Especially the more you surrender, the more he will take charge of your life. And you can feel this. You don't need anybody to tell you this. You will be able to understand this from within. After all, Krishna said on Gita 15:15. He's in the heart of all the living entities, so he will communicate with you. He always does, but we don't always hear. We don't always understand. That's why we are still in the stage of sadhana, or practicing. But the good part is, in sadhana, it's like you're a doctor's apprentice. And a doctor's apprentice, though he's not yet fully licensed doctor, he can already help others. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Everybody cool? Okay. Thank you for tolerating me. Please forgive me for my offenses. Grantarat Srimad Bhagavatam ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. And happy Ekadasi. This is second year job. Very auspicious, but very challenging.
Dream getting my all the tools back that I left.
Tools?
Yeah, like you know, the stuff that I had in the temple before. I even had a what's called your initiation thing.
Okay.
You tried, yeah. But I was never initiated.